What is going on, everybody? This is the Kansas Dipper, ready to come at you with another dipping video here today. This is going to be a rant because I saw something on the news that I really would want to talk about. I usually wear black shirts, brown shirts, gray shirts, but I'm wearing an orange shirt right now. I took a shower, and this is the only fucking thing I could find. I hate that when you... like, seriously, I have purple, blue, and yellow Nike shorts on, and this fucking orange shirt, and my hair is all showery and everything. We're gonna go ahead and adjust you guys just a little bit there, and I think we're good. But yeah, so, sorry if I look kind of dysfunctional right now, but I don't really give a shit, but whatever. So, saw something on the news and on Twitter, and it's really relatable to another really trending subject out there right now. So I figured that I would get my thoughts out there on it. Now, first off, I just want to say, well, we'll get to that in here in a little bit. But I'm gonna get me a dip scan real quick, and because I'm in need of one right now. Picked up my log. Got my log, used my $3.50 off coupon, got this for like 15 bucks, so that's always good. And we will get us a dipski in here. If you don't have your lip loaded right now, you need to get your lip loaded, son. So there we go. And there we go. Y'all know what I'm dipping on. If you don't, Cope LC. Pretty much all I dip anymore. Mud jug of the day, we're just kicking it old school, baby. Just the regular black mud jug. I have this thing for a while now. My Terminator and my orange mud jug should be in, I got on the USPS tracking thing, and it said that they should be here by Friday. So, that's pretty cool. And we're looking forward to that. So, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, we are going to be talking about, like I said, it's something that I saw in the news and on Twitter, social media. And I can't remember his name, but it was a black man, and he was choked to death by a police officer. And he didn't have any kind of weapons on him or anything. He wasn't resisting at all. Well, maybe he was resisting a little bit, but so anyway, he didn't have any weapons on him, and 3 cops approached him, and after something kind of happened, one cop he jumped on top of him, because he's a pretty big guy, pretty tall guy, and he jumped on top of him, put his arm around his throat, and literally killed him. And the cop is not being indicted. He's not being indicted on any charges or anything, but I heard somewhere that the person that recorded it, because someone took video footage of it just to I'm not sure if it was a bystander or somebody that was involved, but he took video footage of it, and I heard that he is actually getting in trouble. Not the guy that actually killed the man, but the guy that recorded it. So I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on that, and also I'm going to be talking about Ferguson, because that has been on the news for forever. And once I saw this news story come up about this cop not being indicted, I knew that, it was going to be the new Ferguson and everything like that. Because the media just always has to have a story, and that's how they stay in business. And it's fucked up, but unfortunately that's the society that we live in. So before we dive into my opinions and everything, I just want to first off say that I do not discriminate any race, religion, sexuality, anything. I do not discriminate against any type of person, any properties that a person has. I don't discriminate at all. So you're hearing a very unbiased opinion when I start talking about these things. So, my opinion is, racism is always going to be in our society. It's just so deeply ingrained. And if you ask a lot of people, they'll say that this country was founded on racism because, Christopher Columbus came over, and he found the U.S. and with the natives and everything. And some people say that, because they were a different race, they were Indian, they just took over and they ran the Indians out. So a lot of people say that this country was founded on racism. And do I agree with that? Not necessarily. But I'm not here to deny, and there's no doubt that racism is very much present. Not as much as it was, 50, 100, 200 years ago. But unfortunately, it's one of those things that no matter what you do to prevent it, it's always going to be there. And now, am I saying that every police officer out there is like the police officer that killed the black man and killed the young man that got killed in the Ferguson shooting? Am I saying that every police officer in the world is like that? No, I'm not. There are good cops out there. As much as you may want to deny it, there are good cops out there. And I kind of want to bring up a quote that I saw that really kind of spoke to me. And it says, it's pretty sad that we live in a society, in a country, where when you see a police officer, you get paranoid instead of feeling protected. Because police officers, what are their job? They are there to ensure that we live in a safe community, and they are there to, push back crime and, just make whatever area a safer place to live in. And when trouble arises, they go and they take care of the problem. That's what police is. That's how you're supposed to feel towards the police. But unfortunately, we hear all these stories and everything. And unfortunately, that gives us the mindset, when you see a cop, you get paranoid. And that's very believable, because when I'm driving down the side of the road and I see a police officer, the first thing I do is I make sure I'm going the speed limit, which I really normally do, but sometimes I won't be paying attention and I'll be going a little bit over. And then, if there is a time when, I do notice that I'm speeding a little bit, I'm constantly checking my mirrors, my rear view, my side mirrors, to make sure that, to see if the cop is coming towards me, if he's got his lights on. And that's pretty bad. But so that's just another part of the society that we live in. So getting back to the whole main subject, and I believe that police officers, I think that, events only get attention when they're, unfortunately, the media, what they do is they have to have some sort of, something big to grasp onto. For example, if a white cop were to tase or violently apprehend a white man, that probably, and the white man or the suspect ended up getting hurt, possibly killed, would there be a story on that? Probably not, because there's no thing having to do with race. There's nothing that has to do with, violence or anything, because they're these two races are the same. But when you grasp onto a subject as touchy and sometimes taboo as racism, and the media thinks that racism has to do with a particular story, they are going to grasp and latch onto that. Because that is what sparks the emotions of the viewers, and that is what sparks, the people that want to start riots, is touchy subjects like that. And unfortunately, that's how today's media is. They always have to have something. They always have to grasp onto a story that they know is going to get a reaction out of people, and that's how they get their eyes on their product, and that's how they get viewers. And that's very sad. It's very unfortunate that it is like that. But, again, that's just unfortunately the society that we live in. So, my opinion on this thing, do I believe that the police officer should be charged? Absolutely. Because first off, they have tasers, they have their batons. If the man were to have gotten violent, again, I'm not too sure on what actually happened, but I am sure that he didn't have any kind of weapons. From the reports that I've seen, he didn't have any weapons on him or anything. could they have tased him? Could they have, give him a couple good hits with their batons? Could they have just tackled the man and, got a couple officers on top of him and put him in handcuffs? I believe so. And the same thing could be said with Ferguson. Apparently that young man did not have any weapons on him at all. Could they have just tased him? Could they have just apprehended him in a safe manner without, having violence or risk of killing the young man? I truly do believe so. And should that man be charged? In my opinion, I do believe so. And, again, it's just because that it sparks emotion, because it has to do with a touchy subject. That's the way the media works. So, I think that's pretty much it for me, guys. I'm kind of running low on time here. That's just kind of my opinion. It was kind of brief. I may do a second part to this video. I'm not sure, once more news comes out and everything like that. So, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the Kansas Dipper. If you like this video, go ahead and thumbs it up. Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. And we are 1 subscriber away from 60 subscribers. So, that's it for me. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the Kansas Dipper. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out.